Namaste. Welcome to this yoga practice for instilling a sense of safety, security, and connection. And we're going to do that by focusing on this first chakra here, Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, which is like kind of like our umbilical cord that attaches us to Mother Earth. So if there's a disruption there, we can have a lot of anxiety and fear and feel disconnected. So start by sitting in a easy cross-legged position, even in a chair if that's more accessible, or sitting up on a blanket. Resting the hands palms down on the knees, closing down the eyes and starting to get in touch with your breath. And then I want you to start to notice the movement of your abdomen as you're breathing in and out. And start to direct it to expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. So taking the breath more into the belly here, if possible. Even just the slightest movement is okay. And then on the inhale, I want you to imagine that you're drawing white light up from the earth, up through your tailbone, up your spine, all the way up to the crown of your head. Beautiful white healing light from the earth, the center of the earth, inhaling up. And on the exhale, imagine that you're letting go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore and giving it back to the earth. So inhaling white light. And on the exhale, releasing anything, any stuck energy, and however that looks. Maybe it's kind of a gray light that's washing out, or maybe it's red or something beautiful. It doesn't have to be, just because we're getting rid of it doesn't mean it's bad, because the earth can take it and recycle it. So inhaling white light all the way up the spine, exhaling whatever you don't need anymore. And then on the inhale, at the top of the inhale, we're going to hold the breath for just a few seconds, maybe 3 seconds. So inhaling up, let that light center in the middle of your chest. Let it concentrate there, become more focused. Hold the breath for count of 3, and then exhale. Inhale, hold the breath, contract the abdomen, and then exhale. Just a few more rounds of that, just nice and easy. Inhaling light up through the spine, holding the breath as it concentrates in the heart. Exhaling down. And if you want, if you're familiar with how to do this, you can contract the muscles around the perineum as we hold the breath on the inhale. Just a gentle contraction, like you're trying to keep yourself from peeing. Try that, kind of locking that energy into the heart center. Good. So 3 things: inhaling white light up into the heart, holding the breath, locking the perineum, the root chakra, concentrating the light in the heart center, letting go of what you don't need anymore, relaxing the belly on the exhale. All right, just one more breath like this. Open the eyes and let's just do some nice, easy circular movements here. So bringing the chest forward, round to the side, rounding the back, coming over the other side. So imagine your tailbone doing circles on the floor. And inhale as you come forward, exhale as you round back. And then reverse, go the other direction. And then we'll come back to center. Stretch the arms out, touch the shoulders, and we're going to just do some twisting movements. So we're going to inhale to the left, exhale to the right a few times, just gentle. See if you can just get a little bit, turn a little bit further each time. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Imagine again, inhaling, receiving what you need. Exhale, letting go what you don't need anymore. And maybe you can find that you want to start speeding the movement up a little bit, if that feels good. Three more. Good, and then relax back to center. And then let's bring the legs, feet out in front. Lean back on the hands. And we're going to drop the knees from side to side a few times. Really pop your hip up as you come over each side. So emphasizing the hips here. The knees are just going along for the ride. And even doing kind of glute massage here. So moving the bones in the pelvis over the muscles is a way to self-massage on the other side. And kind of feel around and see what spots are in there. If you have a foam roller, but why not? You can use the floor. Good. And then from here, coming up, bringing the soles of the feet together, bouncing the knees a few times. And still feeling that connection that we made earlier to the earth. Healing, compassionate, loving energies that are always available to us. And then let the knees kind of relax down. We're just going to round the back here and let the head drop down, whatever amount. Just to letting go. And we can go back to that first visualization of inhaling healing white light up from the earth through the perineum, up the spine, gathering in the heart center, and then giving back anything that isn't serving us anymore. Old ideas about the world or about ourselves. Maybe it's relationships. Whatever it's time to let go of, just let it go, knowing it'll come back to you in a more perfect form after it's had a chance to get recycled. And then we're going to slowly roll up here. And I did the neti pot earlier, the saltwater rinse, and I'm still having, I just had some salt water come out as I came up. Oh my God. Here we go. Sorry about that. And then we're going to take these 2 fingers, wrap them around the big toes, if that's accessible, or we can hold on to the outer edges of the feet. Either way. And then just kind of get ready for it. We're going to activate a little bit of inner child energy to cultivate that sense of curiosity and trust that we used to have and maybe have lost. So playing around with this, we're going to start to just, however you feel comfortable. Feet could even be this way, right? Just to, it's more about the playfulness of it. So here we go. We're going to start to lean back, trying to keep the chest lifted, shoulders down, and then if it's available, we can start to straighten the feet. This way, out to the side. Okay, and then bring it back in. Nice. And then coming onto the tiptoes here, holding onto the knees or the backs of the thighs. So lifting the chest, drawing the shoulders down, lifting the feet maybe, maybe not. And maybe bringing some movement into it. That feels good, but keeping it light. And then back to our Baddha Konasana, bouncing the knees. Nice. And then bringing the knees up, we're going to take both feet behind this way. Coming in into sort of a modified pigeon at first. So just feeling where we're at. Walking the hands forward, seeing how that feels. Again, inhaling energy up from the earth. Through the tailbone, the perineum, the pelvic area. Inhaling it up. And gathering it in the heart center. And letting go of whatever you don't need anymore. Staying this way, or if it's available, straightening the back leg, aiming for the top of the back knee to be on the floor so that hips are even, and then coming forward. So just adjusting for where you're at, maybe bringing the foot in more. See what that does. Maybe taking the foot out. Resting in pigeon. Continuing to focus on receiving nourishing energy from the earth and letting go of stagnant energy to be recycled and reborn. And then we're going to inhale, slowly come up. And then if you have this back leg straight, just bringing it forward again. And we'll rest back on the hands, feet on the floor, dropping the knees from side to side. And then back to Baddha Konasana, just letting the upper body round forward. And then inhaling up, feet to the floor. Navasana, boat pose, so lifting the feet, maybe taking hold of the back of the thighs, lifting the chest. Try to engage the core muscles instead of using the legs. Try really focusing more on that lower abdomen to hold you up. Playing with it, maybe adding movement. Good, and then back. And shifting both feet back to the other side. We did earlier. Yeah. So starting in this modified pigeon, or straightening the back leg and coming into full pigeon with the left hip, or the hip with the straightened legs coming forward. And then slowly coming down, adjusting, maybe bringing the front leg in more, maybe taking it out a little more for a deeper stretch. Settling into where you feel comfortable, nurtured, and safe. Letting go, trusting that the earth is going to hold you and support you through whatever may happen in your life. You can always come back to the stability of your connection to Mother Earth. And then we're going to inhale, slowly come up. Bring that back leg forward. Again, feet out in front, dropping the knees from side to side. And then coming back into our seated position. And again, resting the hands, palms down on the knees, shutting down the eyes. And I want you to bring to mind a person, an animal, it could be a pet, or even just a wild animal that you love and gives you a sense of connection, or even a place. But a lot of us can find a person, a child, or a good friend, sibling, a parent, somebody. There's somebody, or a dog or a cat. For me, I've been thinking more and more of my dog. She's just such a source of love and unconditional love and security for me. So imagining that being that gives you a sense of loving you unconditionally and that you feel very safe with. Think of that being. And if you notice, if you really think of that being and feel the feeling you get with them, you might start to physically feel it in your heart center, like a tingling or a gathering of energy there. You might feel something. Our it's Everybody knows that our body can have reactions to our thoughts. So this is just an example of that. Think of someone we love and trust, and we get a warm, tingling, loving sensation in our chest, in our heart chakra. So I want you to inhale into that sensation. Make it bigger, let it spread. And then exhale, send that love out to the being who you're envisioning. So inhale into your heart, increasing that loving feeling, and then exhale, send it to that being that you love. lift the corners of your mouth a little bit um, as you feel this beautiful, warm sensation of unconditional love gathering in your heart center. Sending it to the being you love. And now let's try this. This will be a little bit harder, but let's try breathing in that feeling of love again into our heart. And then when we breathe out, try sending it to yourself. Much more challenging than sending it to someone else, but we can do it. Inhale, feel it. Exhale, send it. Let it spread throughout your entire body as a beautiful white healing light, filling your entire body with loving, nurturing, healing white light. And as you're doing that, I want you to appreciate the time that you took to nurture yourself today and let that be evidence of your love for yourself. Focus on that for a few breaths. Look what I did for myself today. Good. And then we can start to slowly open the eyes, come back, and I hope that this gives you a greater sense of connection, which leads to trust, which can do a lot in healing the fear and anxiety that we've been all collectively feeling for a while now, I think. So thank you so much for joining me, and namaste.